Today we're going to be discussing condotels for those that joined us earlier. This is a great option, especially in Florida, and is allowed under some, not all, of the DSCR options that we just showed. That's typically the option that we're going to go with. I'm sure Jose has a couple other tricks up his sleeve. There are other programs where we are eligible, but that's the most common request for an investor looking to purchase a condotel. Those DSCR options, a few of them do allow different property types. So Jose will break down the exact examples since we can't do that in the live price service specialty type of loans. So Jose, if you're ready, let's go ahead and check out some examples for condotels. First, define condotel officially, please, and then we'll get into those examples if you don't mind.
All right. Good morning, everybody. And a big hola to mi amigo Jamal in Vietnam. Hi, Jamal. ¿Cómo estás? Condo tells not to be confused with condos that allow short term rentals. First and foremost, I want to say that to everybody out there that's trying to structure a condotel loan. Condotel is a specific type of condo that has a usually will have a desk like the same front desk to receive guests at the property, check guests in at the property. They're also in resort type areas, and usually also condotels will have some type of restriction regarding renting the property out as a short-term rental. Keep an eye on that because it may require putting it into a hotel pool if you want to do that. And also keep in mind that condotels may also have restrictions on how much time the owner can occupy the unit in any calendar year. As Normally, if it's going to be in the hotel program, but in some cases, municipalities may have ordinances not allowing owners to live in the property for more than, let's say, 6 months out of the year, or the condo association itself may have those restrictions because they want to maintain more of the resort type environment for the property. So another thing to note then for condo hotels, yes, we do have primary options that you're going to see, but most of them tend to be second homes or investment properties. Now at the mortgage calculator, we have over 5,000 products for all of our different scenarios. So I do have some very good ones to share with you for condo hotels. You'll usually find condo hotels, like I mentioned, in resort areas. So let me go ahead and share our options today with you for condo hotels. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger here. All right. So our first option, primary full doc purchase condo hotel, 85% loan to value. Pretty amazing there, right, for a condo hotel. Now, one other thing to note on all condos, not just condotels. You are going to be required to provide a condo questionnaire. So look at the guidelines of whatever conduit you're trying to structure towards your submission to make sure what the reserve requirements are and see. Usually they're more relaxed for non-QM than there are for agency. Agency reserve requirements for a high LTV loan is going to be at least 10%. But in non-QM, sometimes it's 8%, sometimes it's 5%. And in some options, there is no reserve requirement. They just look at percentage of delinquencies and litigation, right? And condition of the property. Obviously, now they want to know if there's any deferred maintenance to make sure we don't have any structural integrity issues with the condo. So, but look at this 15% down option for a primary condo hotel in South Florida. And this could be second home as well. But look at this 9.125 lowest rate option, 9.25 lowest cost option, very similar. But again, 15% down, primary occupancy condo hotel. Just make sure that the building, and this is not for us, this would be more for the real estate agent and the buyer to be sure that there are no occupancy issues for an owner living there as a primary residence. So now we have a bank statement option, right? One thing I wanted to note on these on this bank statement option is that if the seller is giving a little bit of a seller credit, let's say 0.75 points of a seller credit to the buyer closing costs, then 85% LTV is an available option for your bank statement purchase primary, right? The cost was just a little bit out of scope for compliance, but if your seller gives a 0.75 of a point seller credit to the buyer closing costs, you can do 85% LTV. That's just another little structure tip that we give you here at the Mortgage Calculator. So in this case, at an 80% on the bank statement loan, you're looking at 9.25% as our lowest cost option, 8.375% as our lowest rate option. Profit and loss. Notice, by the way, I didn't mention bank statement is for self-employed borrowers only. The profit and loss option is for self-employed borrowers only as well. Little bit higher in the cost than the bank statement option, but still very doable. 9.25 lowest cost option, 8.875 lowest rate option. And our 1099. Remember 1099s, again, self-employed. We love this for our real estate agents and other contract workers that get 1099 from one contractor, right? They're contracting, well, they're contracting you to work, right? You get a 1099 at the end of the year, you cover your taxes, and we can use 90% of the income from that 1099 to qualify you. No tax returns needed. And very good options here as well. This is lower cost than the P&L. You're looking at 9.25, our lowest cost option, 8.375, lowest rate option. And again, for all of these options that I gave you now at an 80% primary, those you can do 85%. It was just a cost-based thing. So here now we have investment. Now, mainly the condotels tend to be more investment, second homes as well, but investment, very popular option, especially with short-term rentals being as prevalent as they are now in our society. There's a renewed interest in any property that can allow legally short-term rentals, right? So here you're looking at 8.375 at par. Now this is 75% LTV, but 8.375 at par, 6.875 lowest rate option, right? Pretty good deal there for our 75% LTV full doc condotel, right? Look at that, 6.875. Wow. Bank statement as well, 75% LTV here, and you are looking at 8.625, our lowest rate option, lowest cost option. 8.625, lowest cost option. 7.625, lowest rate option for our bank statement. 75% LTV, 25% down. Bank statement. So purchase, self-employed borrower using business or personal bank statements, 12 months worth. And our 1099 purchase, right, of a condotel. Again, for our real estate agents out there who all get 1099s. Look at that. Wow. 8.875, actually with a little bit of a lender credit. Look at that. $375 lender credit at 8.875, and you can buy that down all the way down to 7.125. And last but not least, DSCR. Now, DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio, which is an actual calculation. If you take the gross rental income of that property, and you divide it by the total housing expense, in this case would be principal, interest, taxes, the insurance for the interior of the condominium apartment, and the maintenance fee. Those 5 components of the payment would be added up, divided by the housing expense. And if the number is at least 1.0 or more, You got 75% loan to value, which means you can buy this property with 25% down, qualifying only on the gross rental income of the property, not having to qualify based on your personal income. You don't need to verify any personal income. You don't need to verify a job for this program. And will you look at that? 75% LTV, 3-year prepay, 1.5 DSER. You got 7.5% interest rate with a 0.28 lender credit. Wow. And 6.75% rate now. That's pretty amazing when you consider how you're being qualified for this property. So that's why Nick was mentioning DSCR is the most popular option. But in case a property doesn't cover at 1.0 and you want to get the 75% LTV, we have the bank statement option, P&L, full doc, all the other options. But if you can qualify just with the rental income of the property, look at this rate here compared to this rate here, right? Lower interest rate for the DSCR because the DSCR is full investment. The DSCR program is only to be occupied, the property, by guests, tenants, never by the owner. So, the market feels very confident that those properties will always be generating the income they need. So, hence better pricing. So, look towards those for your Condotel loans as well as every other option that we have mentioned here for you today.
All right, great. Surprisingly, I don't see any questions here. So I guess you did a great job explaining it, Jose. All right. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up then. Remember, 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, we do this show where we go through the live rates and then do a deep dive into a different topic. So we have a new topic lined up for tomorrow. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Jose. We'll see you all tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the next episode of Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.